first episode of The Fix. I'm Brittney Levine, and I'm so excited to really get to know you guys, get out there and start this series because it is going to be the end-all, be-all place for all of your problems and where to solve them and really, getting to know what your issues are. I am a style and trend expert. I go on TV everywhere from the Today Show to E! News. I do makeovers with men and women, and I'm constantly trying to tackle the issues that really, begale people the most, that really, all the people that we talk to, they have problems, with their outfits, with their skincare, with their hair. So our first episode of The Fix is centered around simple ways to master dirty hair. And we are at Glam&Go, the express styling bar. There are locations all over the city, which is really cool. So if you live in certain areas, you don't have a problem. And if you're afraid about people coming into your home and you are on the go, like I am all the time, this is a fabulous location for you. So this is the one located in the Row. Yep. And it's the Row Hotel. And it's actually next to a Sykes Fitness Studio. So after you get your spin on, you could come here and get your blowout on. So we are going to first tackle, some tips and myths to getting an issue, and I want to introduce you to Glam&Go's ambassador. Hi, this is Natalie Galati.
Nice to meet you all. Welcome.
I'm so excited to be filming with her today because she has been behind Glam&Go and you're the director.
Yes, for almost 2 years now, and we are coming up on 2.5 years being a company.
Amazing.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Great experience
with that.
Thank you.
And so many times when girls come to you, they figure, they want to keep their blowouts intact. They want to keep their hair the same way as it is when they leave the door for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Because we all know that blowouts can get expensive, maintaining your hair can get expensive. I know it's, every week I'm faced with so many different shoots and I'm like, one of the biggest dilemmas is hair and makeup.
Yeah.
The biggest cost is what we're faced with. So first of all, we wanted to just talk with you guys about some simple tricks if you're not if you're not getting a blowout for you to maintain at home.
Yes.
And baby powder. Baby powder is definitely an essential because if you don't have, maybe the money to afford a dry shampoo, this is something that you can just easily throw in your hair to maintain it. Angelina Jolie uses it. So
swears by it.
If she does, we all do.
Yeah.
Okay. So simple baby powder that you can find at your drugstore. Just throw it on the roots and just shake it in.
Work it in. You can take your paddle brush and a blow dryer to make sure it's dispersed evenly so you don't get any white residue on your roots either.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I've been doing the baby powder trick forever. And I just want to note that I am one of those girls, and what we'll find with The Fix is even though I'm working with great professionals like yourself, I always find that it costs a lot of money and I want to know how to do it myself. And even though I'm with the experts that work with celebrities, I still have to learn how to do it. I don't have that ability. So something like baby powder is perfect to just throw in, massage into your roots, use that blow dryer and get out the door. And then we also wanted to talk about just headbands and accessories. Because, listen, we can all do a beautiful hairstyle. We're going to learn how to do that today, which is really exciting. I'm learning too as we go along. But something as simple as just throwing on a headpiece. This is really fun.
I love that one too.
Yeah. And then just scrunching up and giving yourself a little bit of volume. Or if you're going to the gym, this is just a fun, I literally was in the gym this morning at 7 a.m.
Good for you.
With the greasiest hair possible. And just literally masked it with a simple headband. So just something for great coverage.
Yeah.
And then also, you don't have to worry about hats. We love hats. So don't be afraid to do a hat day. And a lot of times on Mondays, we go a little more casual. We're coming off of the weekend. But throwing on a hat is great to just get out the door. But we all know that if you have a meeting or if you're going on a date, a lot of the times, you don't want to necessarily come in with the big accessories or make too much of an impact. So Natalie is here to show us, 3 styles.
We have 3 great styles today. We'll be starting with the tassel waist.
Okay.
Which is super great for masking any, dirty, greasy, or day-old hair.
Yeah, and it's getting into that summer beach season, so I feel like the tousled hair look is really cool. I'm always looking how to do it. Will you show me how?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Just step into your chair.
Please do.
So, side note, I just want to know how many girls come in here and ask you, how long will this last?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody until they get to know and love us.
Okay, okay.
So,
and
a good beach wave can last you 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
If it's in there and the hair is prepped properly with some sea salt spray, which is great because it helps cut the oils in your hair. So it helps absorb them, and a little bit of dry shampoo.
Okay.
You can do wonders with these beach waves, and they're super easy to put into another look as well.
Now, with these products and some of the products that you're using, you know, like, is it harmful? Like, what do you like to recommend?
So this Pureology is amazing. They're vegan.
Okay.
And no, it's not
harmful. Yeah.
Right. There's no parabens, sulfate free.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite products. They're a great brand.
It just lasts throughout.
No white residue. Works really, really well.
See, sometimes when you're using the baby powder, you really have to make sure that you don't work out a lot of that white residue. You're using your blow dryer to, you know, make your hair a little bit cleaner.
Exactly.
But this doesn't have that.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
So you're just going to want to go in a circular motion to really cover all the root there.
Okay. And do you recommend sectioning off pieces?
Yes, I would section off just a few.
Okay.
In the areas that you can see the oil the most.
Okay.
If you're like me and you like to wear your dirty hair for more than 1 or 2 days, I would use this a little sparingly because you know you're going to have that buildup.
Okay.
So just going through really where you need it is most necessary.
Okay, the roots at the different sides.
Yeah, so where your fronts are, really in your front.
Yeah, so I always put off to the right, so you're just doing on these sections here.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Smells really nice.
Really, really nice.
I love that volumized look. So it's like, it's not like you just rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
When you have just a really, you know, it takes a lot to pull off, but seems like I could easily do this myself.
Very easily.
Very cool. And then how much, so do you actually put in, do you use any type of styling tools for this too?
So yes, I'm going to be using a 1-inch wand.
Okay.
It also has a clamp to it. It's super cool. It's a bioionic.
I'm the worst. I'm so bad at doing this myself because I
can do
always
it.
rely on other people. So
What's great about Glam&Go
is
that we have an unlimited membership starting at $99. You can come to any of our locations
That's
at
incredible.
any time, all over the city, and our one location in Miami, if you're a winter bird.
That's amazing.
Yep, and you can come on in and get your hair done with us anytime.
That's perfect for me because I'm literally spending $50 to $100 every single blowout and every single styling session. So you're telling me I could book at any time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Even at like 3:30, I'm just kidding, because sometimes.
So from 8 to 8.
8 to 8, okay.
As our times. We're open at 2 locations on Sundays.
Okay.
So you can get your brunch hair on.
Yeah, start your week off the right way with a nice blowout that will literally last you. I mean, some of my girlfriends, I can't even tell you, I'm so surprised when I hear that they have lasted the entire week with one blowout, and they have great product. You know, maybe they're not going to the gym, but it's just these simple tips and tricks. And I see that they use their styling products. So this is the 1-inch wand.
This is the 1-inch wand.
And how are you curling?
So I will show you.
Okay.
We are actually letting the wand do the work for us. So really quick, easy tip.
Okay. Curling is easy, right?
Curling is easy. Waving can get a little tricky because you don't want it to look like a curl if you want to wave.
Okay.
So I'm holding my iron vertically, and I'm causing a lot of tension in the hair. My thumb is always pointed towards your scalp, so the hair is getting wrapped instead of laying flat.
Got it.
So when the hair lays flat, that's how you get a wave. When it wraps itself, that's how you get that S pattern.
Very cool.
So my thumb is always pointed towards your scalp.
Okay.
Curling iron behind the section.
Okay.
Around.
Put it down.
Yep. Okay. Letting it drop into your hand so it cools off. Pulling it a little bit. And that's your beachy wave.
Very, very nice. And now do you, you know, I guess my hair is divided into sections, but do you do the entire hair? Or just, you know, certain portions? Or,
so I like to make sure that the front is done as neat as possible.
Okay.
And then in the back, you can take larger sections.
Got it.
So it won't take you as long. This can be an 8-minute look
No, that's exactly also why we're doing these today, everyone, because we need to be super fast. We do not have a lot of time, but this is something that can last several days.
Absolutely.
So that hopefully prolongs your amount of time spent getting ready in the morning or spent getting ready for.
Right. I mean, I wear these at night sometimes, and then I'll split my hair down the middle and twirl it into those two like Spice Girl buns.
Okay.
And it holds the look really, really well.
Cute. And I can also see a lot of times a huge trend right now is that fun top knot, which is another great, dirty hairstyle.
Yes.
So these types of waves could look really good on the sides to kind of balance it all out. I like it. Can I try one myself?
Of course.
You're guiding me on this side?
Of course.
Okay. This is the moment of truth, people, because I'm telling you.
Do you want to watch me do one on this side and we'll do the other?
That'd be great.
Wire behind the hair.
So a lot of the times with the fix, again, people come to me for fashion advice, outfit advice. I can look at a woman's body and say, this is going to work perfectly for you. But then, I'm constantly learning myself, and my great team is constantly coming up with ideas. My coordinator, Morgan, is like on it. We're always looking for unique and huge, new ways to bring out to the public. But I'm oftentimes, using some of the best people, because I know that if I can't do it myself, I've got to surround myself with great people to do it. So, coming to a place like Glam&Go, I know that I'm going to be able to get in and out with a great look, but that I just also want to kind of retain a lot of this information too. If I'm on a trip, or I do a lot of different regional segments, so I'm waking up in Sacramento, I'm in, Dallas, Texas, and want to, emulate that same feel, that same touch. So
I think what's great about our company as well is that we really educate our clients on what we're using, how we're doing it. Because we never want somebody to feel alienated or that they have to come to us.
No, it gets scary. And like, even you would think that people that say to me, oh, you can totally do that, you can get that done. You know what? I learn as I go. You learn to make it happen. So let me try. Okay. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to point it down.
So if you need to point it up
or
on yourself, you can point it up as long as it's vertical. So you're going to start at the root, towards the root.
All right. And hold my hair at the end.
Hold your hair closer.
Oh, closer towards it. See, now I'm telling you, this is like really teaching. Hold it. Taking it in.
Let's go this way. Let's go this way.
All right, cool.
It'll be easier for you.
All right.
Okay, hold it with that.
I'm moving
with your thumb pointed in.
Probably really gonna laugh.
A little higher up. You don't need to open the clasp.
You're
just wrapping it right around.
Right around.
Yep.
Towards myself.
Towards Okay. Hold on.
I'm not great, but I'm getting it. Oh, I got a tiny little curl. Hold on.
Okay.
But see, girls are so much better.
Hold this iron like this.
Okay.
Put your finger, point your thumb a little bit up there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Up higher.
Yes, up higher.
Okay.
Perfect. And the hair is twirling into a wrap instead of laying straight, which is exactly what we want.
Perfect. And then just let it go.
Let it go.
Oh, wow. Okay, so oh my God, so that's a nice little easy beachy wave.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So
and the more that you practice and the tighter your tension, the tighter it'll be.
Okay, I have a little bit of a bigger wand, so it's like you have to just kind of play with the different sizes. Why is this wand better for the tighter curls?
A smaller wand is always better for anything tighter.
Okay.
I just think that this will help hold the shape a lot longer.
Okay. So once we're all done with this, if you guys have any comments or questions about these styles, please feel free, type them in there. We have someone who can definitely ask all these questions and respond. But this is like took 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And with the back, we'll just go right up it super fast.
Okay.
Because you don't see it. And
no. And your hair is dirty anyway.
Exactly.
So it will work.
These are the true quick fixes.
Very nice. This is like, we're bringing Andy Anderson to life here, which is, we're not trying to lose a guy in 10 days, but we're trying to fix all the problems that that most women are facing. I think we're going to be starting to tackle skincare, we're going to be starting to tackle, when you're in your work life and you have dilemmas, you're sending the wrong email to your boss, we're going to cover all of that on the fix. But hair, obviously, it starts from the top up. It makes the most sense.
And this is just a light heat protectant.
Okay.
Which is great if your hair is dirty. That means it hasn't been heat styled in a while.
Okay.
And just to, take care of this beautiful blonde you have, or just take care of our ends. It's so important. Especially if, you go and you get your hair done often, or you're a member with us.
Yeah.
We have to make sure the integrity of our hair is always top notch.
Gotcha. Do you recommend putting the heat protectant on every day when you're going out?
I do.
Okay.
I do, especially something like this Redken iron shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's really light. It won't cause a beautiful curly blow dry to curl up again.
Okay.
It dries, it sprays on wet and dries instantly.
Dries as soon as you put it on.
Yes.
Got it.
Literally.
Very cool. And now, is this type of hair, like a style with the tousled waves, does it work on all different styles of hair? Okay, so that's really important because people look at my hair sometimes and they say, oh my God, your hair is so stick straight, you're so lucky, but it's actually kind of fine too. So this is something.
You have very thick hair.
Okay.
But fine strands, which is great to hold any kind of hot tools.
But see, you'd be surprised. Then sometimes in certain weather elements, it will fall. So this is something that it's good to last for a few days, over a few days.
Which is why you want to go in and use a smaller curling iron as well. So when it falls, it doesn't look so undone and so drab.
So I need to basically throw out my
Your large one is great
curling
for
iron.
Victoria's Secret, sexy,
Oh, sure. Okay.
done undone.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are beach waves on my lane.
Yeah.
And just a little different.
I
So
love
they're so versatile.
I love it. It screams, Hamptons. It screams summer.
And then it screams
beach barbecue.
Soho if you're wearing all black.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we had a little snafu earlier with the dress, but this is perfect with the leather jacket. It's a great look to just kind of go out, from daytime to evening. I love it. So you finished curling, so that was such little time.
Super easy. My favorite products with these beach waves is this wax blast.
Okay.
I like this wax blast in particular because it's super light and you'll be able to, it's malleable, so you'll be able to brush it through the next day. It won't have any residue in it.
It's not gonna hold, it's not gonna be sticky.
No,
because you
not
hear
at all.
wax and you think
I know.
sticky.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
Your head back a little for me. So you just use a drop. And I'll let you touch this, of course. And you'll be able to see.
Wow. Feels very light. Oh, that's fun. That's like ba-ba-boom.
Yeah.
I love this. I love the waves. And that was really easy. My one wave, I had a little bit less.
That's
but
fine.
I feel like if I gave myself a chance to really practice and just really get it, it wasn't hard at all.
No.
And if you guys have any questions about this look, please let us know. Natalie's here too. You can ask the expert, so let us know.
Yes, ask away.
Okay. And we'll have to kind of rate which one everyone likes best.
Yes, of course.
All right, so look number 2, we're going to, these are our Tousled Beach Waves.
Yes.
And I just want to recap the 3 products we used before creating it.
Right, was the Purology Dry Shampoo.
Okay.
The Iron Shape Redken.
Okay.
Which is our heat protectant right here. And then the Wax Blast 10, which is our really, really light spray wax.
To get me going and out the door.
Yeah. Just gives you a little bit of texture. So if you want to do anything else to your hair the next day,
very nice.
you'll be able to really get that shape in there.
Now, I have a question about sleeping at night because I've been hearing a lot of different things, silk pillowcases,
My favorite.
What does that really help you?
It really does. So it helps your head stay at the same temperature all evening.
Oh my God.
Through your sleep, if it gets warm in your room at night.
I'm a night sweat person. I sweat at night, so this is gonna change my life.
Pillowcase will change your life.
Okay.
If you don't want to get a pillowcase, you can also get a scarf.
Okay.
Which will do the same. Then you just pin a couple pins.
Just a normal scarf,
Just go ahead and wrap your hair up.
Okay.
A normal silk scarf.
my whole head.
Yes, your whole head. And I think it's a great way to absorb some oil too.
Yeah, that's okay. So just simple tips to keep everything intact. Possibly a silk pillowcase. To absorb some of that moisture, as well as wrapping your head in a scarf and just pinning it back.
Those Too Easy, those Spice Girl buns that everybody's loving. Really, you can just tie them up really loosely. When you either drop this, you still have that shape. Especially with that wax blast, it has some memory in it.
Okay.
So it'll help hold that shape throughout the evening as well.
Now, if people don't have, last thing, if people don't have, the ability to sometimes, we're just going and we don't have all of our products, we're traveling, I'm constantly in hotel bathrooms, something that you can just scrunch your hair when you get up in the morning and give it a tassel.
So my favorite thing in the world is some kind of texturizing sea salt spray, which is great when you travel. If you're traveling to a coast and you happen to be by a beach, you can go ahead and scoop up a little from the ocean.
Oh my God.
Literally, it's the same feel. Does the same thing. The salt in these texturizing sprays absorbs the oil, gives you a little bit of texture, a little bit of pieciness.
Better than just normal hairspray, like the texturizing sea salt sprays.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can find those at your normal drugstores. You're just going out. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. So we're gonna hit look number 2.
Right.
And you're calling this the braided
bun.
The braided bun.
So it's a pretty versatile look because you're going to start with a pony and braid it.
Okay.
And you can either do 1 braid or 2 braids depending on the thickness of your hair.
Cool.
So you can leave it as a pony and a braided pony, and you can wrap it up if you'd like.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you tilt your head back.
Okay.
When I'm doing this on myself, I tend to drop my head over.
Okay.
And to be able to smooth everything out on the back. But when I'm doing it on somebody else,
I drop my head back.
Yeah, you drop your head back.
Gotcha. Very cool. Just like that. Would I start also, because I know I already have product in my hair, but would I start also by putting a little dry shampoo?
So you can start with a little dry shampoo.
Okay.
Or you can also do like a hairspray or a wax on your brush. So you're not spraying product directly on your hair.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like tricks of the trade.
That's so good to know.
If you have like a threading
on your brush.
Yes, this is perfect. Right on the comb.
Oh wow, I'm always putting everything directly on my head.
And look, you can see those flyaways already are gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See, this is the best part about the fix, is that I'm learning these tricks as we go along too. I love it. Okay. Now, are there any questions about these looks? I want to make sure. Yeah. Oh. They're coming through. Awesome. So just so I know you're giving me 3 looks or 3 potentials today, but what is your go-to, Natalie, when you're, when you know you have messy, dirty hair?
My go-to.
And you have to be out in a second. What is your...
My go-to is a braided bun.
Braids?
Really, some kind of braid, some kind of bun up off of my face. I tend to break out when my hair is dirty around my hairline.
Me too.
So, in that case, you really want to try to gather the hair off your face.
Okay.
I think that's really smart. A quick tip about dry shampoo as well is that you always want to use it when your hair is fully dry. You do not want to use it on damp hair.
Yeah. A lot of people do like spray it into damp hair.
They'll spray it into damp hair.
Okay.
And the dry shampoo with your own oils will start to dry out your hair if your hair is wet.
Okay.
Or if there's any sweat or anything in it. So try to run a blow dryer through it first.
Get it dry first. Okay. Because sometimes people mistake oiliness for being a little bit wet, but actually you want to make sure your hair is completely dry.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that I try to at least bring out the blow dryer and run it for a couple minutes if it's really dirty.
Yeah, it helps disperse everything too.
So just do it in a normal ponytail.
Yeah.
This is fun. Yeah, I feel like braids are great masks.
They are, and I love you already have that little bump, which is awesome.
My cowlick. No. Yeah.
It works really well.
Yeah, and braids have been such a huge trend lately too. Everyone, obviously the Kardashians are all over it, but even just, a lot of models have been wearing this out.
Yes.
Deed. And for me, because obviously I'm not the best at doing my own hair, but I feel like when you mentioned to me something about the way to actually do a good braid if you don't have all of the elements, and something about double mirrors.
Yes.
Okay.
So I like to braid my hair in my bathroom where I have a mirror on the back and the front of the door and where my vanity is. So I can position my mirrors just like I would with a handheld if I was showing clients the back of their hair.
Got it.
So this is a great way, you know.
So you can just put a Velcro up and add a mirror in the back.
Exactly. It's that simple. You don't have to go crazy and start drilling. It doesn't have to be a project.
Right.
You know, super easy.
Yeah.
Just throwing up there, and it's like having somebody behind you holding a mirror.
Gotcha.
I love it.
I love that idea. Because
I cut my own hair like that.
You cut your own hair?
Just like
God,
that.
I could never do it. My my brother's fiance, I give her so much credit because she, you know, has been doing her own, just been doing her own color, doing her own hair.
Wow.
And I think I love when women do that and have the courage to do that because honestly, I feel like I would go in and my hair would be green. But, you know, I'd color my hair or, you know, kind of position it. So I'm loving that. So now you just braided, I just watched, you're braiding.
So I braided one
braided,
on
okay.
one side.
So you split these off into
I
two.
split them in two. If you have, I mean, you have enough hair that you can just do them in one.
Okay.
I just think that two gives it a little more bulk.
Yeah.
Especially if your hair is really dirty and it's starting to look a little finer because it is dirty.
Yeah.
The two braids beefs it up a little.
Got it. Okay. Makes it a little bit more full.
Yes.
Very nice. See, I would have never known to do the two braids on both sides. Very cool.
Yeah, this is the simplest, easiest.
Yeah, and this is not a fishtail. This is just, these are normal braids.
Normal braids.
Okay.
I like to leave a little bit out on the ends.
And these elastics, I mean, I have them. I just got them at my local Dwayne Reed, so they're just very easy. Because you wouldn't recommend using the big chunky
No,
ones.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't. A small, even clear is usually the best. I just wanted you guys to be able to see them a little more.
Yeah.
So I'm just opening them up,
Just pulling them apart.
pulling them apart a little bit.
Very cool. Oh wow, this is so fun.
And so simple and so versatile.
Wow.
This is also a great way to wear your hair if you're wet and you want to have some texture in it the day after.
The day after.
Yep. So even if you want to wet down your dirty hair the night before.
Yeah.
And stick it up in a pony in these two braids.
So dry it first and then do that.
No.
Oh, just keep it wet.
Yep.
Oh,
Then you'll
wow.
take it down and you'll have those beach waves.
Oh my gosh, this is so easy and so much
easy.
fun.
Then I would spray the whole head a little bit, get these little baby hairs. I even like to leave some of them down sometimes.
Yeah, that's fun.
That would just be a fun look.
We like the messy look, even though
Exactly.
we don't want the messy hair.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this is another great tip on the back of your comb. Your hairspray.
Oh, I love that.
So you're not putting
Front
the teeth. Yep.
and the back.
The front
You're
when you're
not
smoothing
putting
it.
the product directly on your hair. Okay.
Exactly. And
Got it.
it's already a
Wow.
lot smoother than it was.
My
Then
gosh.
I would clip a few little.
And you can just take little bobby pins and just kind of.
Yeah, I just
You're in the
used
sides.
actually hairpins, which are the straight bobby pins. They're a lot thinner as well.
Very cool.
You can kind of work them into the hair more. I know when my hair is dirty, it likes these pins better.
They hold a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so fun.
Super easy
I
and
love
versatile.
What do you guys think? I hope you like it. Very fun. Okay. So
Great
you
fun.
could. So this is just something, just an easy bun, and you wrapped one. And
I
you
just wrapped
the other.
one to the right and one to the left.
And you're
And
done.
pins and done. Literally, I put 3 pins in your hair.
It took
You don't have to
2
have an arsenal of,
Right. Yeah. No.
pins
I mean,
and
you don't. It
clips.
doesn't need to be perfect. It
Yeah.
needs to just,
Yeah.
look clean.
Look a little polished.
Okay.
I think that's all of our goal when we're on the move.
Yeah. Very, very nice. And then we have just one last look for you guys
Yes.
today, and it's going to involve the braids again.
Yes.
Okay. Very nice.
So this is going to be our 2 either Dutch or French braids.
Okay.
So a Dutch braid is an inverted French braid. You're going to be placing the hair under the braid instead of over the braid.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
All right.
Everybody's calling them the box braids now, Kim Kardashian. They're French braids like your mom used to do on you.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Again, I get nervous about not being able to do this myself, but with the mirror technique,
The mirror technique.
I think that I can pull it off.
I think
you
you
know,
can as
and
well.
I can just sit there and play with it, beforehand a little bit,
Yeah.
and get it to the right, just get it to be the right way.
So what's great about this look as well is that you can pin it up into a faux crown braid.
Okay.
So you can go from day to night. You can go from your sassy going out with your girlfriends to brunch to
Yeah.
something a little more polished. for the evening.
And even like, I feel a lot of people say, will braids be okay for the workplace? But I think that braids are really nice and really polished. I think that they, kind of show a little bit of a mature side. You don't want to bring in a huge, bold hair accessory, or, you can't exactly sometimes wear a hat to a huge meeting, even though I love them so much. I know their hats are the best.
I know.
But I feel like this, could be really nice to just look polished, look complete. And if you're traveling a lot like I am, this is a great alternative to just stepping into the meeting in the morning and then, taking the plane, getting on your flight back home.
Yes.
Very nice. So now you're going middle part.
I'm just going straight down the middle. You can pick your part.
Okay.
This is a little off to the side. You have a small little cowlick.
Yeah, the cowlick.
Oh, don't work against them.
Okay.
Work with them. And a really easy tip for them too, because I had one for years growing up. Spray it wet at night.
Okay.
A little bit of gel. The hardest hold you can find.
Okay. And then it'll work. You'll start to work the way you want.
And pin it down, and it will you'll start to be able to train it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Always have them. So yeah. Obviously, we're trying to give you as many tips as possible as we can on the fix, but really trying to go after these simple ways to mask dirty hair. So we started with the first style was our tousled beach waves. Next, we had our braided double buns.
Right.
That's what we're calling the braided.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then this one, Natalie,
This is going to be your Dutch braids, your double Dutch braids into a faux crown braid.
Okay.
It
sounds complicated.
It really does.
Okay.
It really does, but it's so easy. I'm sure your mother, your grandmother, your girlfriends have done this on you 1,000 times.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've done them on them.
Oh, I was the one that would, I would constantly say, Mom, can you please do my hair? It would be a whole process in the morning, and as I've grown up, I've been able to do it better myself.
Yeah.
And work with great professionals like you. So I wanted to also kind of touch upon, this is all of my hair, but sometimes, I know women have extensions.
Yes.
I know, I'm all about the weave. I'm all about
I love it too.
I was so against them in the beginning, but ladies, let me tell you, for fullness, for really creating texture, it's amazing, and they do wonders. So this, even if your extensions are in, you can still pull off a lot of these looks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the braids, you might want to, check out a YouTube or even just pop into your salon. You can even pop into us here at Glam&Go. And for braids, you can learn how to braid the hair in. Okay. So this look is a little more difficult to wear with extensions,
right?
But every other look is almost made for them.
Okay.
If they really are.
Yeah. I just like to ask because sometimes, if I'm coming off of a segment or if I'm coming off of a wedding or a big event, and then sometimes you have something the next day, you have to, sometimes you don't want to take out your extensions and you don't want to leave it because it is polished. It does look really good. So the tousled beach waves.
The beach waves are perfect.
That's perfect. You can, keep your extensions in, keep them
Even
intact.
with a bigger barrel, because you have a lot more hair and a lot more fullness.
Yeah.
The bigger barrel is great for those.
I'm a different person with my extensions.
We all are.
Yeah. It definitely gives you an alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
An Erica Jane.
Oh.
Yes. So this is fun. Okay, so you went down the middle and started braiding more to the side.
Yeah. So, you can kind of pick where you want your placement and how small you want your pieces to be.
Okay.
I'm picking up a little bit of bigger pieces just so you can see them.
Cool.
You can see the placement.
And where you go. Okay.
Your head down a little. Yeah, perfect.
And when people come, and they can, you can wear braids for a few days, honestly, if you really want to keep them in. And if you, don't mind some of the discomfort, obviously beauty is pain. We know that. So you have to work that out. But you can keep your braids in for, up to a few days and keep the same look, just smoothing out some of those. Okay.
Yes, you definitely can.
Very nice.
And that's, that'll help make your decision too on how tight you want them in.
Okay, cool. If anyone's wondering what the music is in the background, or if you guys can hear that, This Glam&Go location is also located next to Psych Fitness Studio. So a lot of times you have people coming right from their workout class, right into here.
Yes, we do.
And a lot of times also with dry styling, even if your hair is dirty, you know, for that time, you can just obviously fix it up. A girl was in here right before, and she was coming from her workout class.
Yes.
And she came out of here looking like she was going to a movie premiere.
So what's fabulous about our service, we are in high-end luxury gyms, spas, and corporate towers around the city and in Miami, and a few hotels as well. And it's just great hair for on-the-go women, beauty made convenient for you at fabulous prices, and all of our stylists are amazing, really.
No, I've just been so impressed with you guys, and you know, coming from someone who, you know, I have, I'm on the go all the time. This is what I need. I need to be able to get in and out. So I think it's going to be braid week next week. We're just going to do our
come to us.
Braids.
We would love to give you some awesome braids. We have some like braid masters on our team that will blow
braid masters.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, braids were all over the runways last Fashion Week too.
And so were a lot of like leather hair accessories. Those and like the knots.
Yes.
Which are really great for day-old hair too. Couple day-old hair.
I love it. So we're gonna, you know, feature all the links to, you know, to Glam&Go and some of the just the different ways to get these styles too, so that everyone can learn how to do them.
Yes.
And they'll be on my blog as well, so you guys can follow and tune in, and also kind of, you know, help us comment about what we want to talk about next on the Fix, because there's so many, I can't even tell you, so many great things that we're going to be tackling and so many great people. I'm so happy now that you are our first.
I'm so happy too. This has been such an exciting time for us, especially because we're a budding business too.
Yeah. And all of these looks, like, I mean, literally, we've got them done in what, less than 6 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yep.
Gosh, it takes me 20 minutes sometimes, 25 minutes to actually blow dry my hair.
Once you get your fingers to move a certain way, sit down, have a glass of wine, give it a couple tries, and you'll get it.
You will get it.
Yeah.
It's down pat. So it's just about a little bit of practice too, and patience. Patience is a virtue, we know.
Especially when it comes to your beauty regimen.
When it comes to hair and your beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be, I believe we're gonna be tackling skincare next. So everything having to do with pimples and having to, you know, really get after them at work when you have nothing, no cover up, nothing with you. That's what we're gonna do.
I'll be sitting in on that one.
Okay, sure. Awesome. Tuning in. So now you've sectioned this off. You're almost done with this second braid.
Yes.
Very cool.
So you can leave the braids like this.
And talk to me about just the inverted braid too, because I see you going.
So I'm braiding under, which lets the hair lay a little tighter. To the scalp
and hold the style.
It holds the style a little more. Sometimes because you do have pretty thick hair, fine strands with thick hair, a lot of it. It would fall out a lot easier. I've always felt, I think that these just look a little more polished instead of sitting so much on the top of your head. Or the cornrow.
And it's just, instead of going front, you're just bringing in the back.
I'm just bringing the hair underneath.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can leave them like this, which is super in.
Love it.
Looks great on you, especially with your leather.
Thank you. I'm ready to go out.
Or
hiding my dress that ripped, by the way.
You can, you know, twist these up into a faux crown braid.
Oh, I like
So you'd be able to, you can see on the side of your hair, right into the mirror.
Oh, you just have it up?
So you can just pin it up.
And you just pin it back into the braid?
Yes.
So easy. So easy to do. Really easy. This is what I really need in my life, because a lot of the times, you know, I can go only 1 or 2 days with dirty hair. You know, I admire all my girlfriends that can go a week and just make it last. But I go to the gym, you know, I just have oily hair, you know, sometimes. So this is the type of thing that I need to just preserve and keep it there, because a lot of the times I'm running in the morning and have to get out the door.
This is a great look for you then.
And I'm not that, I wish I could be that person that, you know, sits and has a juice and, you know, really has time to reflect and do my headspace, but that's not the case because we're on the go, like a lot of you guys out there.
It's very true.
So this is the crown in the back.
Yeah.
We're just doing.
So you're just taking those Dutch braids into this awesome crown braid.
Okay.
For, you know, 2 separate looks. Like this is a lot more chic,
Mm-hmm.
I think personally.
Yeah, this is a great style. So if you're working all day and then you need to go to an event at night,
Yep.
and you're putting on a cocktail dress or a, you know, an evening dress, this is something so nice that you could just do the 2 braids and throw it up there.
Yep.
This is how many bobby pins? What, 4?
Yeah, 4 or 5. You know, you just want to get it in a little more secure. You can put a couple more, but really,
Oh my gosh, that is
Yeah.
so simple, so easy. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Natalie.
My pleasure.
This has been so much fun. So excited to show you guys some of these simple ways to mask dirty hair. You know, we kind of tackled some of the easy things that you could do, you know, starting with baby powder, you know, that's just in your normal medicine cabinet, but then moving in with some accessories,
Yeah.
your headbands, you know, you have your gym headband, going with the hat day, which I absolutely love, perfect for brunch, that's what I wear with all of my girlfriends. But then we did the 3 styles.
3 styles, yeah.
Natalie Galati from Glam&Go
Hi.
created for us today. So we had the Tousle Beach Waves. We did the double braid buns. And then this
These
is,
are the Dutch braids into a crown braid.
yeah, so perfect for just leaving them out there. But if you want to go a little bit more glam or upscale, putting them back together and
Pinning them up.
pinning them up.
You know, 5 pins.
Yeah. Thank you so
It was
much,
such a
Natalie.
pleasure.
It was so great to work with you
meet
today. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first episode of The Fix. We'll be back on Thursday with some fun skincare tips, so tune in for when we do that. Thank you.